All right, we got Coach Scott McKee here. Successful coach here at Sahuaro, and overall, just the background that you have, and your dad, Larry McKee, a lot of people know. So another high school season, hopefully an extended one or the one full season.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts about this team going into this year.
Well, I thought last year our kids got robbed. They weren't allowed to play, and we had a really special senior class, maybe a state, qualifying team that could win it. We had Jonah Miller came in, you had Gassaway, Travion. It was a phenomenal group. And these guys didn't get to play a whole lot, and then they didn't have a JV freshman season. So we're dealing with a lot of first-timers, but the work ethic for those guys have been outstanding, and then I really like the team bond, how tight they are. And they got a lot to prove. They've been a really good program for the last few years, and then last year we just couldn't handle COVID. We didn't do a very good job with it.
Yeah, well, a lot of schools had to go through that. And what do you like about this team, what you've seen so far?
Just the leadership from the senior class.
Mm-hmm.
These guys we were the pioneers in TUSD as far as being able to get back to the weight room. We took it outside, so it would be raining or lightning or whatever it was, anything but lightning. We were actually out there one day in the snow, and they just showed up every day and they wanted to work. So, their talent is their work ethic and their leadership, and I think they're going to have a chance to have a real special year.
Right. Now, your coaching staff
had
a little bit of a turnover, but the guys you have coming, you've had Coach Holland, though, for a little bit, but
right.
Kid Johnny Rodriguez and some of the other guys, Sahuaro.
I've been really blessed to have great coaches every year I've been here. Having Brian Graves and Danny Sines by my side was outstanding. And then those guys moved on, and, there's a vacuum in Tucson as far as finding coaches. And it was a miracle that I could get Doug Holland, who's been in the state championship 9 times and was my high school coach, and then Johnny Rodriguez, who's been a head coach at 6 different high schools up in Phoenix and been a coordinator at junior college. To get those guys and to add Zamara, add James Brentley, add the other pieces that we've added. Randall's been good. We have a young Regina out there that's really good, and then we retained also, a guy that was real special to us is Lucius Miller. But to have those guys, they give us a chance. And I feel like our staff can go toe to toe with anybody in the city.
Right. Now you guys are starting tomorrow against Arcadia, and then you're coming home with the Mountain View. And what do you feel like you want to see out of the team the first couple weeks here?
We're still trying to figure out who our team is. We have COVID,
right.
Protocols, so we have some guys that are in now, some guys that will be back in 21 days.
Right.
Will be our best version of us in 21 days from today.
Yeah.
But it's exciting right now because you got guys that are unproven that have to go out and they have to perform. And we're at a school here where that's the expectation. You need to go out, you need to play well, you need to be a good teammate and be a good leader in the community. And I'm excited to see those young guys get their turn, and then hopefully that builds a lot of depth for us as we add those other ones back.
Right. I asked Coach Rodriguez, this is a little more of a challenge these days to coach high school football because of what happened last year, and then the turnout rates on some of the
two parts with it was, number one, when those kids came back from COVID, you have a group that's fortified that wants to do things because they weren't allowed to do it all year, right? And then you have another group of them that can't handle any of the hard coaching, the adversity. It's too hot, it's easier to go home,
right.
And you just weed those ones out.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody anymore. Before, you would talk every kid in PE class to coming out. You don't need it. You just need the consistent ones that want to show up. The one thing that we learned from the thing was we were so behind technology-wise, and now, like, we had a couple meetings. Now we have a nightly Zoom meeting. We're able to do things and incorporate some of our old traditional stuff that we felt really good about with some of those new components. So now we can have extra hours of film, extra hours of stuff done through the technology too. And so at the end of the day, I think it's going to help us. We just got to get our group back together.
Yeah. How much do you still consult with your dad?
Well, 3 times a day, every single day.
Yeah.
And his answers are simple, but they work, and they make a lot of sense. And, he goes to the common sense rule and make things. His deal is always, what can you do to allow it to be easier for the players? Not physically easier, but mentally easier. Can you allow them to be a full-speed football player by putting them in a position that he can be successful? If a kid can't cover man coverage, then why are you having them do it? That's his kind of philosophy on things like that. So every day I bounce things by him, and every day I get good answers. But what I've really been able to pick his brain on a bunch is what does an administrator think about a situation like COVID, and how do they react to it? And then maybe that gives me a better recipe how I can talk to our people in our front office.
Yeah.
That's where it's been the best.
He's that KISS principle he talked about?
Yeah, keep it simple. Keep it simple and be relentless. You don't give up on anything. There is no backing down. You make it simple and you just do it with will, maybe over skill.
Yeah.
But great guy to have around.
Yeah, and then the work ethic that he's bestowed on you and from your grandfather. I mean,
Oh,
if you were
yeah.
talking to you might be out painting the house at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I got one more garage to shoot tonight. Hopefully it can be done by 2:45, and I can get the 2.5 hours sleep that you need to get to be successful tomorrow. Good news is we're on a bus, so we're going to get another hour.
Yeah.
But no, I can't. He always teases me about it, but I can't match his work ethic. I've tried my whole life, and I haven't been able to. And my grandfather would have run circles around us both. I mean, he's just an old school guy. He worked 18 hours a day in the snow, flipping trash cans, and man, I'm lucky to have those guys in my gene pool.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you out here coaching and your players playing. So best of luck to you.
Thank you, and I really appreciate you guys going around all the schools. I don't think people understand how well you guys are connecting with the community and the type of effort and time it's taken from you guys to do it. And every school got a little shine, and that's a special thing. And I wish that more people would cover sports like that. But you guys at All Sports do it right.
Great,
So
I appreciate it,
we
Scott.
support you guys all the way. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Best of luck to you tomorrow.
Appreciate it, buddy.